Hey guys, Lucid here, and today in this video we're gonna talk about what are clairsenses. You might have heard certain things like clairvoyance. Well, you might have heard, clairaudience, or they're not very popular. I've noticed certain people know about them, but I've noticed that really it isn't common knowledge what clairsenses even are. And the thing is, the craziest thing is that everyone I've ever met experiences their own clairsenses to a certain degree without even being aware that they're experiencing their clairsenses. And so let's get down to it. Clairsenses, they're basically like a reflection of our physical sensory input, but it's a reflection of that in a more metaphysical sense. So basically the groundwork for this, for the clairsenses, is like the theory that we're all connected in our mind. And I feel like this theory is pretty accurate, just due to the fact that you can call someone and have them say, "Oh man, I was just thinking about you," or due to the fact that you can think about something and then later on in life, like, you see it happening, or the fact that you and your friend can think about the same thing at the same time without really talking about it, without even being in the same place. You know what I mean? Like, you call your friends like, "Hey man, I was just thinking we need to do this," and your friend says, "Hey man, I was thinking the same exact thing. Like, how did you know?" So now, when we take this belief into consideration, that we're all connected in a way with our thoughts, we can start seeing this pattern that in a way we can dip into other people's thoughts and interpret them as our own. And the thing is, we have to really realize what are thoughts in a way, because thoughts aren't only the audible language things in your head. Thoughts are also like, you smell and you identify that smell as, I don't know, delicious. That's a thought. Let's say you see something, you look at it and you see someone's face and you identify that face as your friend. That's a thought without even saying any words. You look at it and you identify it. That's a thought. If you let's say hear something and you identify it as a bird, you're like, "Choop, choop, choop, choop," and you hear it, that is also a thought. So in a way, now that we know that this theory gives us the ability to dip into other people's thoughts, we can connect ourselves to so many different stimuli that isn't currently in our current space. So that gives room for all the clair abilities. You have things like clairvoyance, clairaudience, claircognizance, clairgustance, clairsentism, clairsentience. And all of these offer different aspects of thought. So for example, with clairvoyance, you can connect to other images that other people have seen. You can connect to situations without ever being there. That's kind of like clairvoyance. And you can see a person that has been dead for a very long time just because another person have seen that person in the time that person was alive, and you're just getting a glimpse into that mindset. and like with clear cognizance, you can be granted knowledge that was known by other people. If you know something to be true, or you know something a certain way, you can perceive that in your mind. Same thing with all the other clairs. That's how people who experience the world through supernatural means experience the supernatural means. It is only through our connectiveness with our mind to other minds in this kind of like network that allows us to have spiritual experiences. And I'll discuss different clairs in more detail next week in my other videos. But thank you for coming. Comment if you agree or disagree, or if you have any opinions, or if you know something that I didn't mention, let me know. And make sure to like this video and subscribe. I'm going to be making a lot of videos like this, and together we can discuss the universe.